What's happening? What's happening? If you're watching a replay, we got a good one coming. I don't know if I should go get a coffee for the day or not. Haven't decided. But I got a couple meetings on this beautiful, beautiful set today. So I wanted to tap in with the gang. Wanted to tap in with the gang. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pause you guys in a minute so I could do something. I gotta get the transcripts from our meeting. I wonder if I can get it online. Let's see. But anyway, I need to punch my we did a tour with this client that I'm working on the pitch for. Um and I need to get the transcript to it. So funny is applaud.com. Oh, applaud.ai. So one of the devices I use in what I do now is this device right here. It's called Applaud. I mean, you can use your voice notes on your phone, but this one is just your phone, you're doing stuff on your phone and your phone ring, then you lose part of the recording, all of that kind of stuff. So this right here is the AI device I use when I'm doing meetings and different things like that. So I can get everything we talked about and I just boop, so walk around like that. Boom. I'm gonna get a new one that has a camera on it eventually. I think I want to add that to my workflow. But anyway, I'm not a glasses type of person. So we met. I wanted Blair to take the lead on this client. We were supposed to meet last week, but we got all that snow, so we met on Wednesday and or Thursday. We met on Thursday. And so we had a meeting. I wanted Blair to take the lead. However, she was unprepared. We had met her about it basically 2 weeks before prepping for the week after. So it was just a gap. And so I gotta construct her questioning, and we did it, but I should have stepped in and did a look like a refresher, a reminder of what we're trying to accomplish in the conversation. But I'm gonna give basically from that her being able to take what we talked about in that meeting and then me turning it into something and then showing her how we're making the decision. So I'm talking through all of the decisions um for the pitch. So some of the information we found out about a client is that they're at like 1.2 million. So they're at 1.2 million off of word of mouth. And this presents a singular problem for her. Like on top of that revenue, they're losing a lot in overhead, in the rent. The landlord has doubled the rent, and she's like, people were asking her like, "Yo, you should just why you just don't go find somewhere else to be?" And she's like, "This is where God told me to be. She told me to be in this community, so we're gonna figure it out." And it's commendable, and it's like it's good. She's in a really really good place. She helps other people start daycares. Is a consultant business. The campus has 3 buildings, and she has another daycare offsite. So 2 daycares. The build is 3 buildings that are on this campus. There's a church. There is the child care center, and there's like a boarding home. Underneath the church, they're doing a food pantry that is feeding about 200 people a week. Um, I actually found my grandma. My grandma real old school, so she actually attends. They have a garden, and there's a lot of you got basically a full building. Got a kitchen in it, got a dining hall, which is event space. Then they got the church room. They got classrooms for the daycare. So they got a gym that needs to be redone. I think that there's about probably close to a $500,000 in renovations that need to be done. Um, just to give you guys a full grasp of the company or the size of the business and kind of what's going on in this ecosystem. And so she's running close to capacity on kids. Um, and just a lot of renovation. Triple net lease, if you guys don't know, you basically a triple net lease is you're responsible for everything. Like maintenance on the building, you're responsible for everything in the triple net. So really old building nonetheless. So I now have a minimum for marketing, right? And my minimum is for a company that is doing somewhere between 250 and $500,000. $500,000 is where it really needs to be. But if you at 250 and you're trying to push those numbers, this is going to be a stretch. But we sit comfortable inside of a company. I work well with a company doing about $500,000 in revenue. Um, Depending on the size team of the company, what resources they have, I could sit inside of a larger company as well. It just depends on what work is required. Do we got graphic help? Who's going to be doing the web design? Who's going to be doing all of these other projects? Are we bringing in other experts? How many people are in the team? Um, and now let me direct the organic marketing that happens is kind of where it sits. There's a business development piece inside of this as well, where this is also where she'll live. Now, I think once this is set up, it'll be pretty easy for her to maintain and manage, and it'll be more of just like being active in what we're doing. And so I believe we can fit at my minimum. I believe we can fit at my minimum. She got some other resources around, some different things like that. And so what I have to do now is I need to turn this into ultimately a pitch. Let me make sure I got the right recording. We had the kitchen. You think I'm wait the 30 from my somewhere. All right, yeah, that's the right one. Generated trace of we have to generate it. Do I need to tell it to generate it, or is it going to do it on its own? It don't look like none of these got a transcript. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. I was like, the generate button was hidden. So anyway, what's up, Stevie Steve? All right. So step number one in our and actually let me turn this recording on right now because I want to make from talking to you guys right now, I want to make a launch guide. I want to make an organization guide. I want to make a guide for you guys out there who want to start any kind of business and give you the like how I approach it, right? And the first thing that you got to do, and I'm gonna go super bare basics, right? First thing that you got to do is you got to own a name, right? So going to GoDaddy.com, buying your domain name, going on Instagram or whatever social media platforms. I suggest just Instagram for most businesses. And I'm learning right now that my audience is probably actually on LinkedIn for what I do now. And so once I get the entire team in place, I'm gonna make sure that the social media manager that I work with has some expertise in LinkedIn because I feel like my clientele basis is there. And what I'm going to have internally is pretty much a marketing agency um, that specializes in the t-shirt space, of course. But this will be the first client that I have on a local basis and that's working also outside of the t-shirt industry. I got a bunch of mentees out the industry, in the industry that I work with on a week-to-week basis. We meet every Sunday. But here now I'm gonna just build the resources, which will be myself, a social media manager, and an editor for content. Locally with me, I'll need a videographer. So that's a four-person team. Now, long term, maybe I get somebody else in that can build websites, but my video guy has to double as a graphics person inside the ecosystem. This will cost me an operation cost of about $1,500 to $2,000 a month. That is for the online team, and that's going to get the best of the best. Right now, I don't have time to teach people like I did in the past. I need somebody coming in that is going to work independently, get the bounds, and pull off the work, right? That is what I need to build inside of a silo. And so, because of that, the first thing that you need to do is own a name and then you need to get branded, right? But before you can brand, you got to organize the business behind the scenes. That's where I do a clarity call. Let's get clear, right? So that way, let's lay everything out on the table, all of the different products, services, the pipelines, the conversation starters, the why it's importance. Let's get all of that out of the way in a clarity call so that we can produce a org chart and a roadmap. An org chart and a roadmap. The org chart is going to tell me the different revenue streams that you have going on, and the roadmap is for the customers. The roadmap is also for the business and where it wants to go. So, what we're gonna get out of this first meeting is those questions. Well, how many kids? What are you at capacity? Are you close to capacity? What's the revenue? Like, where was it when you got started? What's going on? Which ways do you see us bringing in revenue? And so she's been denied for a loan to buy the bank, to buy the building and the campus, four times. And it's because they're like, if we loan you the money, where's the money going to come to fix up the building? And so, what I've deducted from that initial conversation is like, if we if we can become cash flow positive, if we can build more business around the things that we have in here, then you'll show that you're cash flow positive, which will show that you're generating revenue that could pay back the loan and renovate the building. You got revenue. The problem is it is that there isn't cash enough cash flow to you're just basically turning in what you're turning out, right? You got a break even business. So many people gonna find themselves at all levels. You be a $1.2 million business and be at break even. Come back to your house and be like, I'm not making no money. What's going on? We all used to have these conversations. It's like, am I charging enough? What, like, how do I fix this? And if you're in a place where you're just paying the bills and you got a high overhead, you're in a great place because it becomes a game of efficiency with expansion. How can I generate more revenue? Where am I bleeding? What holes can I fix? What's slowing this up? What's got my team doing things that they don't need to be doing? How can I make this a more efficient place? How can I fit more kids into the daycare? What do I need to do to add revenue? And what we find is that she has classrooms. What I really like, there's a kitchen that could be commercially certified, which is a great revenue stream for ghost kitchens or people or food trucks need to prep or use a location. I have one of those right now. Um, there's a cafeteria, which could be an event space. And so some of these renovations should happen so that we can generate more revenue. How can we make this cafeteria look like it's an event space? It doubles for your kids as a cafeteria, and people can also come in and use it. What does that floor look like? What is the entry points? What are these different revenue streams that we can build in? So that's what you're going to get out of your organizational chart and your roadmap. You get all your list of services and everything that you need. Once you got that, then you got to visually depict that through your website and branding. You have to be very clear and methodical about your website. And if your first page isn't great, you shouldn't have more pages. So, where I'm looking at what is here now for me to work with, even though I'm going to be starting from scratch, is like I need the campus to be one thing that houses everything. Vision Campus houses everything. Then she has the daycare, which needs to work itself, meaning people shouldn't be coming to the building and giving off or filling out paper invoices or paper applications and like all of this information about the daycare should be coming off across your content, your social media, your Instagram. And then for her, because she's in a very specific case, she's a preacher as well. For her, her personal brand. So we have three brands that are needed to be encompassed inside of this. Where we are now is now we got this clear depiction. Now we can figure out how to put it together on the website. Putting the revenue drivers at the forefront. So the first thing I'm going to talk about on Division Campus is we got this auditorium, or no, not auditorium. We got this cafeteria, event space that can be used. We got this kitchen that can be used. And here are all of the great things that you can get here, right? Here's all the great things that we're doing in the community, the garden, the pantry, the daycare, the boarding home, all of these different things that we do to reel in the interested person. Now, if you've come to the Vision Campus for childcare, we just gonna shoot you right over here to childcare. It's gonna lock you into that box. If you've come for something that she is just gonna be able to point to all of the different things. What I'm doing right now through content, what's up, fam? What I'm doing right now through content is I'm gonna be able to eventually just point. I'm doing 50,000, 30,000 views a month. That's enough. That's enough. If you're able to get yourself in front of the right demographic, the food truck, a local based business, And so this is the realm that you win on social media. If you want to make money on social media today, you got to get your business in order. Everything you do should lead back to your business. All that leisure scrolling and all of that stuff is cool. I do it. I got to stay up to date on stuff and what's going on. But God damn it, we need to focus on the main thing, and that's making money. You need to tell people what you do. I'm showing the behind the scenes to the office hours. I'm showing the conversations. That is the marketing plan. You doing the thing that you do is the fucking marketing. Don't overcomplicate it. Now, you may not be the best graphic designer, you may not be the best video editor, whatever the case is, you might need some resources. It's just going to cost money. Right now, I'm in a place where I need 2 more clients to be right where I need to be in order to bring the team on full time and just lock in and just go. There will be no holds barred. 2. 1 will get me the overseas team. 2 will allow me to bring the US based videographer in and we can lock in and do some work. That's my break even point. Shirts help take care of the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we locked in and where we want to be. Now, what are going to be the revenue drivers? That's what you got to figure out. But you doing the thing is the marketing. Don't overcomplicate it. And if you aren't a person who can do and not even talk like this, but just, hey man, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing delivery videos of products. I'm doing different things to just try to show people what I'm doing. My problem right now is like I'm not even responding to people inquiring about shirts. I need an assistant. I'm too locked in over here with the big stuff that's falling behind because the word of mouth or the organic marketing that I'm doing is working. People are seeing the content. They're responding after I post the content. Whether that's a business piece of content and guidance, I'm getting questions and inquiries about how I can help. Well, what do you do? Well, right? All of this kind of stuff. If I post shirt stuff, I get shirt stuff. I'm Mr. Niches Bring Riches, but now I'm Mr. Fuck a niche. I need to make that. Fuck a niche. Because the algorithm doesn't play by niches anymore. You can do all of the niches. If you know how to master, remember I said cousins. You don't need cousins now because the algorithm is going to push things in the direction of which you want to go, where that content is intended to go. The collaborative post is such an asset. And I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to say this. One of the things that whenever I get to a company that happens and I'm telling them like, yo, you should, step out or somebody got to do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. Because one of the things that I get asked, and I remember in Arizona sitting down, flew over there for a project that I wanted to do. Um, that project I did all like I flew out there like my own money, showed up to their office and went right in the pitch and say what I could do and all of this kind of stuff. And it went well. They asked me to stay another day. I stayed another day. We went to dinner and we sitting down at dinner and he says, Stan, why do you think that people want to hear from a 46-year-old white guy? Like, why do you think I need to make content? And I said, because I think maybe at that time I was like 33. Yeah, I was like, because you're not a 33-year-old black guy. And what I meant by that is, yo, people are going to come to you. Like, some of y'all relate to me. Some of y'all going to relate to Brando. Some of y'all going to relate to somebody else. Whoever else. Different people are going to relate to different people, and there's going to be some overlap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nothing against you if you still watch Watch the little Sip Boy, Allen. I don't really care, right? Just because I don't rock with him don't mean you gotta not rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a real one, but this ain't that type of space. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't even not rock with him. I just think he's a we're gonna leave that there. But anyway, don't let me digress too much. You don't play with snakes in the grass, you know what I'm saying? And so now what happens is when you understand that, it's like, bro, nobody cares that you're ugly. Nobody cares that you're old. Nobody cares that you're fat. Nobody cares. Big facts. Nobody cares, right? And if you just start and just find a way, the way I'm tricking people into, I don't know if y'all saw the interview that I did. Um, the way that I'm going to be tricking the people or even her around into like getting everything done is we're going to sit them down on a podcast. I'm going to sit them down on a podcast. We're going to have our scripted questions. We're going to get the necessary information out of the talking points, the conversation that we need to have. We're going to organize it. And on the backside, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to get out of it. At the end of these interviews, they're going to be asking about how it was working with me, who ultimately got them there, who ultimately did all of this work. So I'm going to use it as my testimonial, but it's going to be used to get the information out that's needed to be out. You only need polished, presentable. It gives you this authority that makes it look like people are interested. Like, oh wow, she's sitting down on the podcast talking about this. They asking these questions, but it's all scripted. It's all planned out. It's all manufactured. That's where I came up with manufactured fame. So understanding that you doing the thing is the content. I want to do marketing work. Me showing you guys results in meetings, conversations, and things that are happening when it comes to the marketing that I do. That is the work. That is the marketing plan. How else do you know I'm an expert at it? If I don't tell you, it's so many of us that are doing great work, but you not willing to tell nobody. If you're not telling people what's happening, it's not fucking happening. Does a tree fall in the wood? If a tree falls in the wood and nobody's around to hear it, does it really make a sound? Well, of course it fucking makes a sound, but I guess it doesn't because nobody fucking heard it. So if you are not going to share what you're doing so great in the world, if you're not going to stop being the best kept secret, I don't know what to tell you. You can be scared of the camera all you want. There's a million ways that you can get yourself comfortable with the kids. You got to start. I can give you 10 ideas. Come sit down with me. Let's talk. We just going to film our conversations. That's what I'm doing. Oh man, when you got a shirt order, you going to deliver to the customer, just have somebody film it. I gotta, yo, come on, we gotta film this. Like, come on, I need you to come with me I can't film myself doing this too. Come on, I need you to film me. When you printing the shirts, that's it. Do a time lapse. Do a time lapse. $50 is all you need to market better. Two products. You need these mics, and you need the tripod. It's in the living room. That's what I told my mentees last week in the group. Bro, you need two things. I don't give a fuck what the content look like. Just put it out. Cause it's a whole lot of awkward people scared. So you're gonna be so surprised that all the ugly, awkward people who are afraid to be on camera are gonna be tuned in with you because you're relatable. Why? Because you are them. You are them. This ain't about a t-shirt. This ain't about a machine. If you want to make content online and you want to make money, I'm sorry, if you want to make money today, you got to make content. That's it. They say make content for your old self. That means become a coach. I don't think that's in everybody's cards, but it is a great business. It is a great business. And don't look at, me saying my minimum to work with me is $3,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't look at me. Just set your own standards. Set your own standard. Whatever it may be. Make your goals realistic to you. You ain't gotta come out and say, yo, I'm gonna make $100,000, I'm gonna make $1 million off of this. Nah, man, I'm cool. I just want, 60 grand right now for this. Boom. Then I'm gonna try to get to 120 grand. Cool. Step by step by step. And so at that point, once you get to the point that you're at launch level, all of the brand is done, all the information is there. It's just go. It's just go. Tell the story as many times as you possibly can. That's the last thing. That's when you actually get the market. I work with so many companies and I got to do all this business development before we can get to a launch point that it's like, oh, when we gonna start marketing? We can't market because if we go out here, we do all this work and it's coming back to nothing. What is gonna happen for it? It's not gonna help. We traveled a year, 2 years with no way to collect leads, no way to email people, no way to track these sales down, no way to do any of this stuff. At some point, you gotta get the shit in order. And it's better to just start with everything properly done. Invest into your product. If you're not a great graphic designer or web designer, invest with somebody else. Get somebody else to put it together for you so it looks right because that's how you're going to make money. You got rinky dink ass business cards and rinky dink ass, like, you got rinky dink shit. What kind of company this look like? What kind of company is that? Ain't even got no back on a business card. You got rinky dink shit. You want to make more money? Stop making rinky dink shit. Put that shit together nice. Think about how you perceived. I got a young fella that I'm trying to bring along. Um, I'm like, bro, you need a fucking uniform, dog. You need a uniform and a car magnet. Change your business. You trying to skip? Oh man, I need to get money. I need to get like, yo, bro. We're gonna tax time, bro. You ain't ready for what you need to do. You still in that hustle mode. I know where you at. I ain't knocking it. But if I was you, I would slow it down a little bit and get the main things right. Because when I hand you my business card, I don't even know if I got one in reach right now. But if I hand you my business card, they gonna see and feel the difference. They gonna see and feel the difference. Everybody on this live got a website. How many of y'all on this live got a website? Who want to be the brave soul? I got 14 minutes left before my other meeting. Got some business in Philly that I'm looking at working with too. But who want to be a brave person? Who want to get a on the spot website review? Or I'll show y'all one I just built. I'll show y'all one I just built. All you need is one page. It should be done. Why are you still working on it? Send me the link. Put the link in. I'm gonna show y'all this one I just built, and then I'll look at that one, and then we gonna call it a morning. Right here. All you need is one page. All you need is one page. List of services. Get a quote. Some work. Information. Everywhere you see, boop, get a quote. Build it. Build it or steal it. Whatever you got to do to get this shit done, get it done. Get it done. Need me to do it? Just like 500. He already made his money back off of it. He already made his money back off of it. Peace of mind. Send the mugs to your website. You got people have to fit inside of your world. Make them fit inside of your world. I feel like I should go get me a coffee before my meeting. I think I'm gonna go get a coffee before my. I want to go get a coffee. Let's go get a coffee. It's a little nippy. It's very nippy. It's like 10 degrees out here, y'all. Babe! Don't what me, woman? You want coffee? You want coffee? You gonna go get it? No. If I buy it? No. I got a meeting in 10 minutes. What you been doing the last 50? I just said that. I've been working on live. It say you could have went. But I was working. It say it is negative. It feel like negative 12 degrees outside. That's why my hand was freezing. Who that? Mm. He said you need to buy my coffee. She need to buy. You need to buy my coffee. I know you need to buy my coffee. Since I got so I gotta buy it. You need to buy my coffee, but he didn't even hear what I was saying. It's freezing out here. Windy. It's all good. Anyway, talk to me, y'all. Or I'm gonna just get off live right now and just run to the store. Somebody asked me a question. Something. This car about the coldest, I don't know what. It's the only thing I got left from Super Color, y'all. This jacket is the only thing I got left. This thing too nice. It's like my trophy. Y'all ain't got one of these. Wait. Woo. Woo. This thing be making his own shorts. Got another snow strip. Yes. Cut the seat on. Ooh.